Welcome, this is Trey and another quick and dirty rebuild. This time around we're going to be doing the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are an interesting team because they've gone for the Matt Stafford approach, if you want to give it a nickname. We're going to be taking a straight look at the roster here because basically what a quick and dirty rebuild is, it is a rebuild where we try to get to Super Bowl win as quickly as possible. And we're going to take a look at the roster now. Russell Wilson, Brett Rypien, and Josh Johnson are the QBs in the room. Russell Wilson was brought in on I would say it's a similar move to Matt Stafford to the Rams. They're trying to bring a prolific, experienced QB to the squad, just really to push them forward and sort of over the line as sort of a missing piece. Melvin Gordon is the halfback. Javonta Williams is also there. Mike Boone and Damaria Crockett are also in the halfback room. Melvin Gordon III. Normal depth trait, 29 years old, 83 overall. Not that exciting, I have to say. He looks to be solid, but of course, still a lot of room for improvement. Javonta Williams, 22 years old, star depth trait, 82 overall. Looks a bit more exciting, to be honest. Also looks to be more of a prospect for the future. Fullback, Andrew Beck. Wide receiving core, we've got Courtland Sutton, 26, 84 overall. Star depth trait doesn't look too bad. He's a solid wide receiver 1. Then we've got Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver 2. He's 23 years old, star depth trait, and there we go. Absolutely interesting wide receiver. Might get very good. We'll have to see. Tim Patrick, 2880, not that crazy. KJ Hamler, 2375, very quick. 94 and 96 acceleration. Kendall Hinton, 2569. Trey Quinn, Travis Fulgham, Montreal, Washington, Seth Williams, and finally Tyree Cleveland are all players in the mix here. Nobody of these is too exciting. I would say we have 3 more or less solid wide receivers, 1 decent wide receiver, and the rest is really cutting material. Tight end is Albert Okwuegbunam. There we go. Brought that out on my first try. Normal depth trait out of Missouri, 24 years old. Definitely a position that we need to improve. Definitely an improvemental position. Greg Dulcich behind him, a rookie out of UCLA, 70 overall. We might get him to improve. I would like to get him into the starting spot. We've got Eric Tomlinson, Eric Sobert, and Jacob Bowenmoyer with a 32 overall. I mean, how is that even possible? Speed, acceleration, impact blocking, and basically that's it. These are the skills. Left tackle Garrett Bolles, 82 overall. Left guard Dalton Rizzer, 27 years old, 78 overall. Netane Muti behind him, who I know from quite a few rebuilds. I often got him at a later point in time when he was better. Dalton Rizzer looks like a sensible option here at the left guard position. Center Lloyd Cushenberry III, 72 overall, 24 years old. Luke Wattenberger, rookie behind him. And Lloyd Cushenberry with a star depth trait as well, 72 overall. Doesn't look too bad. Right guard Graham Glasgow. He's not from Scotland, by the way, pun intended. Yeah, there we go. That's my humor at the moment. He's 30 years old, 76 overall. Could be better, but a solid building block. Quinn Meinerz is there, 23 years old, 73. He will get better over time. And Ben Braden is the backup. Right tackle Billy Turner, 30 years, 72 overall, 33-71 behind him, and 26-58. Actually, terrible prospects all around. Left edge, Dre'Mont Jones, 25-75. Actually, not looking too bad with the star depth trait. He might be going up. I think we'll hold on to him for the future. Matt Henningsen, Jonathan Harris is also in the mix. Deshaun Williams, 29-69. That is horrid. Normal depth trait. Basically, he is... Yeah, we have to replace him quickly. But Kelvin Ajim and Marcus Spencer are also here. So the right end position will have to be improved quickly. DJ Jones, 27 years, 76 overall. Mike Purcell, 31 years old, 70 overall. And Eyomo Uwazurike. There's a player on the Lions, I think it's called Onwazurike, and this is Uwazurike. So there we go. He's a rookie out of Iowa State. We are solid at that position. Left outside linebacker, Bradley Chubb, Nick Bonito, who I used in the LA Rams franchise mode. And it's nice to finally get a face for the name, right? Jonathan Cooper, Aaron Patrick, Barrington Wade. Josie Jewell is a mid linebacker. He doesn't look too bad. 27 years, 77 overall. Alex Singleton, 28, 73. Jonas Griffith, Justin Strnad. Right outside linebacker, Randy Gregory, Malik Reed, and Baron Browning. Cornerback. Now that is the first superstar on defense. 22 years old. Patrick Surtain, the second. And he's really doing very good. Ronald Darby. We've also got Quan Williams, Michael Ojemudia is there, Blesswan Austin, Damari Mathis, Essang Bassi, Fayon Hicks, and Donnie Lewis Jr. Okay, and I pressed the button way too early, didn't want to do that. Well, never mind. We're going to check the other positions in the lineup. Here we go. At free safety, of course, Justin Simmons, Caden Stearns, who we also brought into the LA Rams franchise. At strong safety, we've got Johnson and Jackson. Well, there are quite a few areas where we really need to improve. Definitely mid linebacker position is one that I would like to improve. Right edge is not too exciting. Then Jones here at the corner. D tackle, Deshaun Williams. That is horrid, man. That is horrid. Can we release him? Oof. Oof. All right. Never mind. We will be heading into the season now. Basically, what I will be doing is I will be simming the full season. Then we will take stock and start rebuilding the team in off-season. So, yeah, off we go. See you at the end of regular season. All right, welcome back at the end of the regular season. We actually didn't do as badly. We had 9-8 was the end of this season, the result. Actually, we didn't do as badly as I think I didn't press this. But I don't want all of these tutorials, but here we go. So regular season, we started out with 2 wins against the Seahawks and the Titans. Then a loss against the 49ers, the Raiders, and the Colts. Again, 2 wins. Chargers was a loss. Jets was a loss. A win against the Jags. Loss against the Titans. A win against the Raiders. Panthers. Then 2 losses again against the Ravens and the Chiefs. 2 wins. Ravens, Rams, and then losses against the Chiefs and Chargers. So pretty nice, actually. Getting into motion. Win, win, loss, loss, win, win, loss, loss. There we go. We didn't make the playoffs, so I can already inform you of that. We will now choose a draft class. We will import a local file that I've been using for all of these rebuilds and also for the Dolphins franchise. It's the rookie class of 2023. All right, I will now be heading to the off-season because there's nothing more to do here. And then we'll do a little season recap, and then we're off to rebuilding. Time for a season recap. It is the 2022 season recap. The Super Bowl was played between the LA Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs, with the Chiefs winning against the Rams here. Patrick Mahomes, the Super Bowl MVP. Overall MVP was Marcus Mariota for the Falcons. Now that's something you don't see every day. Zach Taylor for the Bengals. Joe Mixon, Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year for the Bengals. Defensive Player, Aaron Donald. There we go, Rams. Offensive Rookie, Drake London for the Falcons, wide receiver. And Defensive Rookie for the Jags, Devin Lloyd. All right, we're going to take that as it is. And now we will be moving through the weeks. This first week is the staff week. I will now be upgrading the players. I always do that in bulk in these quick and dirty rebuilds. in the franchise mode, I take more time taking a look at the players themselves. But now I'm just going through this rather quickly because you never know how long one of these quick and dirty rebuilds will take. Sometimes it takes 5 seasons or 6 or 7 seasons, like with the Browns. Sometimes it's done within 1 season, as in the special that I did with the City Chiefs in Madden 22. And now let's move on. All right. We are now in the renegotiation week. I took a look at the mock draft and we are not in it. And I was wondering, why is that the case? Until I remembered that the Broncos gave a lot of their draft picks to the Seahawks in exchange for their QB. So we're going to take a look here at the draft picks, and it is as I suspected. We are not going to be drafting big this year. 2 third-round picks, 4th, 5th, and 7th round pick, and then we're going to be picking in 2024 again. But until then, nothing going to happen here. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. We are now going to take a look at the players that want to renegotiate their contracts. Up for contract is our running back, Melvin Gordon III, 80 overall, normal depth trait. I will not be giving him a new offer. Can I press that? Withdraw offer. All right. Yeah, we can go like that. All right. Kareem Jackson, strong safety, 35 years old, 77. Nope. Bradley Chubb, left outside linebacker, 27 years old. Bit on the expensive side, I would say. Let's take a look here. He is my starting left outside linebacker, but we have Nick Bonito. So I think I'm gonna be saving the money. I'm gonna be letting Nick Bonito start. Dalton Risner, left guard. He has a star depth trait. We would have Netane Muti behind him. Is that something that we want to go for here, though? This is really quite tricky. I think we're going to give him a neutral offer. I just want to see what happens. There we go. We're going to do the same with Bradley Chubb, actually. If we can get him to sign this deal, then we're just going to leave it. All right. Okay. He signed. I'm not going to go offer crazy here. Dre'Mont Jones, 26 years old, left edge. Do think that he's an interesting player, so we're going to give him a 4-year deal. Like to play for a new team. All right, we're gonna have to accept that. Sam Martin, the punter. Nope. Billy Turner, right tackle, 31. Nope. Jonas Griffith, mid linebacker, 26 years old, 70 overall. Well, he's more of a backup for me. But I do think that if we can get him on the cheap, all right, we will keep him around. Next one is Andy Beck, dedicated fullback. Gonna give him a 4-year deal. Let's see what happens. All right, he's happy with us as well. Let's continue going through this. Who's next? Marcus Spencer, right edge, 26. Damaria Crockett, halfback, 25-62. Greg Little is here. That is interesting. Because wasn't he also on the Miami Dolphins? Am I getting confused? Did I bring him in on a trade and forgot about that? Weird. Calvin Anderson also in the mix. All of these players not really ones that I need to keep around. Left edge Dre'Mont Jones, we might want to keep him. But, oh, all right, he didn't want to renegotiate with us. Kareem Jackson, 35. All right, no, we're going to leave it at that. We'll have a lot of work to do in free agency. We're going to head over there. I'll show you what I've planned. Stage 1 of 3 in the free agency period. We have signed right tackle Elgton Jenkins. We've signed left edge Dre'Mont Jones, and we've signed right edge Sam Williams. These players should help us bolster our squad a little bit more. We don't have too much cap space, as you can see in the top right corner. Might have to address that at some point in time. I'm going to do a little bit of a house cleaning now. We are going to be trading 3 wide receivers, Tim Patrick, Kendall Hinton, and Tyree Cleveland, for a corner. No, sorry, not for a corner. For a strong safety, Adrian Phillips, and for a left guard, Yasir Durant. We're going to trade Graham Glasgow to to the Cowboys, we're going to receive tight end Jake Ferguson and a 5th round draft pick for next year's draft. We're going to be trading Randy Gregory, right outside linebacker, for a strong safety and another right outside linebacker. We're going to be trading Ronald Darby, our cornerback, to the Jets. We're going to be taking Ashton Davis, free safety, and Dylan Moses, mid linebacker. We're going to be trading Adrian Phillips, strong safety, to the Dolphins for Austin Jackson, left tackle, and Larnell Coleman, right tackle, because we need more depth at the offensive line positions. Next trade, we are trading Garrett Bolles for mid linebacker Nakobe Dean to the Eagles. We need to get some more talent into the mid linebacking core. We are sending 3 cornerbacks that we don't need anymore to the Packers. We're receiving 1 halfback. We need some more halfbacks. And we also are receiving a new cornerback. Next round, and we have signed 3 new players. No, actually 5 new players. It's Elgton Jenkins, we already had him. Dre'Mont Jones, we already had him. Sam Williams, and then we signed Blake Gillikin and Rodrigo Blankenship. We needed a punter and a kicker. These 2 were as good as they get and as cheap as they get, so we went for them, of course. Time for a quick draft recap. We only made 5 picks overall. I traded away my 5th round pick. I didn't have a 6th round pick, so there we go. We brought on board a left tackle. We only had 1, so we're bringing in Robert Scott Jr., 64 overall, out of Florida State. What a bulky guy. Almost no neck right there. It's high strength. That's positive. Acceleration is okay-ish, and toughness as well. Still a lot of areas that need improvement. Left edge Mike Crothers, 66 overall, rookie out of Pittsburgh. He has good acceleration, good strength. Tackle block shedding speed are okay, but not fantastic. But solid, I would say. We brought in a backup quarterback, and this is, I'm going to get the name right, I promise, DJ Uiagalalei. There we go, Uiagalalei. Jesus, the Clemson product. And yeah, he will be slotting in behind Russell Wilson. And at 70 at a hidden depth trade, I'm actually quite happy with this one. I picked him because he's a scheme fit, so I hope that he would progress sooner. He was a UDFA, but yeah, we'll have to see how he progresses, because this is actually not bad. Dennis June, 63, right guard, rookie out of Auburn. We needed a bit more depth at that position, and the same goes for a left outside linebacker, Dexter Walton, who will be straight to the practice squad, I reckon. Upon the Denver Broncos, that will be heading into the new season. We have completely revamped the offensive line. We are now playing with Austin Jackson at left tackle. Behind him, we have the rookie Scott Jr. We've got Reisner, 82 overall at left guard. Behind him, Netane Muti, 75 overall. I do hope that Muti will overtake Reisner at some point in time. Cushenberry the third with a 78 overall star depth trait. Behind him, Wattenberg. We have Quinn Meinerz, 77 overall at right guard. June, the rookie, is sitting behind him. We also have another rookie here, Yasir Durant, 64 overall. Right tackle, Elgton Jenkins, 88 overall. And Coleman is behind him, the backup. The tight end position maybe could be a little bit better, but we will give Okwuegbunam, this is the rebuild with the worst names ever, a go here. He's 25 years old, 76 overall. Behind him, we've got Dulcich, and then we've got Ferguson. Again, we completely rebuilt the tight end room. I do think that this is a workable setup. We'll have to see how he progresses and improves. I'm certainly happy with the wide receiver room. We've got Courtney Sutton at wide receiver 1. We've got Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver 2. Then there's KJ Hamler. Then we've got Montreal Washington. And then there's quite a few other players that are just slotting in here. Williams is injured, so that might not be great, but it doesn't matter too much. At halfback, we have Javonta Williams, 23 years old, 85 overall. And look at those stats. He's already starting to become a very, very good running back. At age 23, I think we will be very happy with him for the future. We also snagged Darrell Henderson Jr. on a super low ball offer. I'm gonna have to show you this offer because it was just nasty of me to do that. But nobody actually gave him an offer, so I picked him up for a total salary of 6 mil. And well, I'm happy with myself, but poor Daryl. I mean, this is brutal what I've been doing to him, but never mind. We've also got Hill, and Beck, of course, is also in the mix here in the halfback room. Russell Wilson, still our quarterback. Behind him, Uiagalalei, there we go. And that's about it. I would be interested to see what depth trade this is going to be. But first and foremost, Russell Wilson will be leading us. Still a lot to learn for the backup. Defense has also been, I would say, moderately improved. Why was it moderately improved? Because I was looking at the ages. I did go for changes, but overall I kept the age as my main focal point because we had players in here that were pretty old but bad. Now we have players in here that are not fantastic. I mean, look at Browning, but he's 24, 74 overall. He will have time to grow. The same goes for Nakobe Dean behind him at mid linebacker. Josey Jewell is actually a bit on the older side. I think he's 28, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, yeah, he might be a little bit on the older side. Same goes for Justin Simmons. But we will be holding on to a few key players. We can always start trading back and forth again. I'm super happy with my corners. Patrick Surtain II and Michael Ojemudia are there. We have good edge rushers here, two young ones. Jones is young with that 79 already here on the brink to the 80s. And Jordan Whitehead at strong safety. Johnson behind him. Ashton Davis, we brought in on one of those trades. The special teams have been improved with Gillikin and Blankenship. So I think we can really look into this season and just view it as a season that will just develop us further. That is my key focus area here. The 2023 season, we are at 4-13. And to be honest, that was to be expected a little bit, right? We had to rebuild quite a few areas of the team, and the losses, I think they do kind of speak for themselves. Overall, we did worse than last season. No real surprise right there, because we did reduce the overalls of the players that we had, but in turn, we just brought in a lot of talent, which will build over time. So I think time is something that we need to focus on, but not too long. One thing that I can see straight off the bat here is Russell Wilson is going down slightly, I think. And this one here is going up quite a bit. I think I will reveal him by spending 50 points, if I can do that already. We will need a new tight end. I don't think that Okwuegbunam, there we go, is the right one. He's still 25. Did he improve that much? I'm not sure. What about defense? Everybody went up, so that is positive. I do think that once we head into the mid 80s, then we should be truly underway. Something that I do see here at the right outside linebacker is maybe Baron Browning. He's 24. He's got a normal depth trade, so he might need some more time. Same goes for Agim here. How old is he? I think he's 25. McTelvin Agim. Yeah, well, we might do something here. We did make the playoffs, of course, so we have no stress. I think key areas are tight end, number 1, then right outside linebacker, and right edge. I think those are the most crucial ones. Overall, I don't see that much of a problem, but we could improve our defense a little bit. Season recap: the Super Bowl played between the Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans. That is a bit surprising. The Cowboys winning. Dak Prescott was Super Bowl MVP, overall MVP. Josh Allen, QB for the Bills. Zach Taylor again for the Bengals. That is interesting. Offensive player Cooper Kupp. Defensive player Aaron Donald. Offensive rookie CJ Stroud for the Commanders. And defensive rookie for the Titans Jalen Carter. All right, that was interesting. We will now be heading into next week, taking a look at which players we will re-sign and which we won't re-sign. All right, I've got a good message and a bad message for you. The good message is we have a huge cap room, 102 mil. The bad message is we will have to renegotiate with Russell Wilson, KJ Hamler. Jeudy Jalen is not that much of an issue, but Ashtyn Davis I do want to keep. Lloyd Cushenberry I want to keep. I'm not sure about the tight end. Nakobe I want to keep. And so on. So there's quite a few players that I do want to keep. We will start, of course, with the Russell Wilson. I mean, he's sort of the guy in the middle of all of this. I will give him a player friendly, but that will mean quite a huge deal. But we will put it this way. I'm going to give him a very good offer here. All right, he's not interested, so we will franchise tag him. And that is a gigantic franchise tag. Right, we're going to take care of the other ones first. That sucks, man. I would have liked to do this with Russell Wilson, but not quite sure if we can pull that off, to be honest. So we will give him a neutral one. We will slot that to a 5-year deal. Slap a few extra quid on that. All right. So KJ Hamler resigns. That is positive. Jeudy Jalen, don't really think we need him. 79, 29 years old. He's regressing. All right. Ashtyn Davis, I think he is my free safety of the future. So I will be giving him a deal. A 3-year deal. Again, a little bit more money. There we go. Offer is perfect. He will stay with us. That is positive. Lloyd Cushenberry. All right. He's a big one. If I can get him to stay with us, that would really mean a lot to me. All right, he will stay for us. He got a good deal. Not sure about the tight end. Think we could get a better one. Nakobe is my left guard of the future. So why would I let him go? Can someone explain that to me, please? All right, Nakobe stays with the team. That is fantastic. McTelvin Jim. I will give him an offer because I think that he deserves it. I'm not quite sure if he really is the right player, but if we have him as a backup, it doesn't matter too much. Seth Williams, 24 years old, 69, normal dev trade. Nah, I'm not sure. I think we could get better ones in free agency or in the draft. Albert Okwuegbunam, not convinced that he's the best starting tight end to have. Let me take a look at his costs. But he's not expensive. He's not expensive. Gonna give him a 4-year deal. And let's see what happens. All right. So he's gonna stay. That is great as well. Seth Williams, Jeudy Jalen, and of course Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. We have 74 mil cap space. If I sign into a 49.2 mil deal, I will not franchise tag him. I will try to get him back through free agency. All right, we have completed stage 1 of 3 of the free agents, and we have signed Tristan Wirfs at right tackle. This means now we can move on Elgton, Jenkins, and generate some cap space back. We have re-signed Russell Wilson. That wasn't an easy negotiation, but in the end, he's cheaper than he would have been with a regular offer. Ed Oliver at D-tackle is joining us, and Jonathan Greenard at right edge. This means we've plugged all our holes, and we are actually ready and done in free agency. Elgton Risner, the left guard, to the New York Giants, and we'll be receiving Wan'Dale Robinson and Greg Ward. We are trading DJ Jones to the Cardinals. We're receiving Trey McBride, a tight end, and Michael Bandy, a wide receiver. All right, we will be trading Justin Simmons, who's 31, will be regressing to the Ravens. We will be receiving Kyle Hamilton and Jeremiah Moon. All right, let's do a quick draft analysis here. First round pick was Lamar Chapman, a left edge, 75 overall, rookie out of Washington. He was looking pretty nice, and I think he will be able to slot right in there. We might reshuffle the defense a little bit here. Andrew Broyles, 73 overall, rookie out of California. High speed, acceleration, agility, jumping made him interesting for me. Third round pick was Elijah Merritt, left outside linebacker, 63 overall, rookie out of Virginia. Not crazy about him. Same thing goes for Thomas Camp. I tried getting linebackers into the squad, but there was hardly anybody to be found, to be honest. So then I went for another one here, Tevin, Mooney, and 62. It is the same thing. All our normal depth traits. So nothing exciting happened here. Then we've got DJ Mayberry. He's a 70 overall. That was actually quite nice. He's a running back. But still, with the morale debuff, he's got -2. That is working on him as well. We've got Anton Gates, strong safety, Michael Selvey, a D tackle, and Elijah Walker, a right tackle. The 2024 season, let's take a quick look at the roster as it stands after this off-season and the draft. The offensive line is starting to look very solid. We brought in Tristan Wirfs. That gave us the opportunity to move Elgton Jenkins to left guard. And that means that we now have a super solid offensive line. Are we elite everywhere? Nope. But we have a solid part in the right area. We've got a solid part in the left area. That was important to me. We have greatly developing wide receivers down here. What was what I wanted to say. We've got the halfbacks here also developing nicely. We have Russell Wilson back. We've got DJ Uiagalalei, who is back, 77 overall. He will be improving more and more over this season. Might be pushing into the 80s as well. But Wilson, of course, still that X factor, will be making the #1 spot his. We've got Okwuegbunam. We have Trey McBride here, and we've got Dulcich. So at some point, these two here will be battling it out for tight end #1. This is what I like. We also have Wendell Robinson down here, who's a super quick runner, and I think at some point in time, even Courtland Sutton might be getting a run for his money. But for the moment, we're well set on offense. Defense is still a little bit tricky, I think. We did solidify the right edge areas. We solidified the D tackle greatly. That was a great improvement in my opinion. We also brought in a rookie here at CB2. This means that we will have a development player here. I don't know how quickly he will develop, but he should be in his 80s by around mid-season or something like that. We have Jordan Whitehead, who is now a star dev trait. I think he wasn't a star dev before, but now he is at strong safety. The rookie we picked up, Anton Gates, out of Hawaii, 21 years old, 67 overall. He's a hidden dev trait. That's actually interesting. We have Chubb at left outside linebacker. We've got Nakobe Dean. We've got Griffith at the mid linebacker positions. Not too crazy about this one here. I don't know if I'm going to dive into free agency one last time and just bring someone in. We've got Browning here at right outside linebacker with the rookie behind him. Kyle Hamilton, I switched him over to free safety. And then we've got Ashton Davis. This means that we've got truly very, very good players at free safety and strong safety. The only area of weakness really is the mid linebacking position. Special teams are also well set. And with that done, I think we can head into the season. We're at the end of the 2024 regular season. The Broncos are 11-6, third in the AFC West. It was a tough division, to be honest. But we managed to actually not do too badly. What I checked was immediately if we made it into the playoffs, and we did. We're going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs, who we know quite well from the league. They are 13-4, going to be quite the tough game. The next thing I did was I upgraded the players quite immediately. I already spent all of the staff points on the offensive and defensive coordinators. And then I, of course, went to take a look at the squad, take a look how it's shaped up and if there were any major changes. And looking at the squad, I am really, really happy at how it's been playing out here. We still have a few players that we started with. You can see these. But we brought in enough talent to really push us forward. Of course, Russell Wilson still leading the charge here. He went up to a 92 again, which I think is very nice. One thing that struck my eye was that on defense, we do have certain areas that could be a little bit better, especially heading into the playoffs now, because we're going to be meeting tougher teams all over the place now. And the midline backing position is just an area that is really, that's a little bit of a worry for me. Jonas Griffith, he doesn't look too bad when you look at the core attributes, but then again, He's a 74 rated player. He could be better overall. He's 27, so it's not too bad. It's not absolutely terrible, but then again, I just got the feeling that he's missing a little something right there. So then I went ahead and I took a look at the players that we have here all over the place. And especially looking at the practice squad, we've got 2 empty spots at the practice squad. So I will take a look at free agents. I do feel a little bit more secure with these 2 players here. With the CJ Mosley next to the Kobe Dean. Griffith is sort of a backup right here. We've got Browning right outside linebacker. Chubb at left outside linebacker. Strong safety Jordan Whitehead. Anton Gates with a revealed start if trait. Kyle Hamilton and Ashton Davis, free safeties. Patrick Surtain, the second, and Broyles are the corners. Greenard, Jones, the edges, and the tacklers, Ed Oliver. Yeah, I am feeling a little bit more secure with that, to be honest. So I'm going to leave it like this now. We're going to head into the next game. We're going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes. Let's see what we can do here. All right, guys, we are now 1 round further in the divisional playoffs. We will be playing the number 1 seeded team in the AFC, the New England Patriots. This is going to be tricky. I'm quite sure of that. We managed to beat the Kansas City Chiefs 24-21. Actually, only a field goal in that. Quite the game right there, I reckon. We are slowly but surely accumulating points to move ahead. I'm going to be upgrading the players now because they are getting quite a few points here, and I don't really want to send them into the game without being prepared to their best. So let's play this game, or let's sim this game and see how far we can get on this run. I am feeling quite positive actually, because our offense is really great with a 92. Defense is solid with an 85. The Patriots are still ranked way above us, but yeah, we'll just do our best, and yeah, let's see what happens. And once more, we are victorious. We make it through. We're gonna play the Indianapolis Colts now, who are 10-7 in the regular season. We managed, Jesus Christ, we managed to beat the Patriots 52-14, and just look at all of those yards. Offensive yards 488, rush yards 168, pass yards 320, 27 first downs, punt return yards 530 in total, 0 turnovers, third down conversion, fourth down conversion, 2-point conversions. Wow, we really did quite well. We really did very, very well. A lot of possession. That really went our way. 4 touchdowns for Russell Wilson. Yeah, he's really showing his quality right there. And that is interesting. Taulia Tagovailoa, brother of Tua, is now with the New England Patriots. I actually have my eyes on him in the Miami Dolphins franchise. That's going to be an interesting one. All right, Russell Wilson leading his team into the next round. And yeah, we are going to continue the path. Let's see if we can make it to the Super Bowl in our 3rd season, playing against the Indianapolis Colts in the divisional championship round. All right, here we are. It is Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to be playing the Super Bowl in Dallas. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket. We won against the Indianapolis Colts 44-24. Again, massive production here by the team, 593 total yards. I mean, the Colts weren't that far behind. We're going to take a quick look here. Bryce Young was their QB, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Russell Wilson, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 283 yards. Wow, what a great performance. Rushing, Javonta Williams, 113 yards rushing. What a game. Wow. Courtland Sutton, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns. We've got our tight end, Albert Okwuegbunam. Jerry Jeudy was there, 2 touchdowns as well for him. Tyler Higbee for the Colts, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, KJ Hamler, Jonathan Taylor, Liam Hines. Interesting game, but we did so well. Now we're going to be playing the Atlanta Falcons, who beat the Saints, then the Seahawks, and then the Cowboys to reach the Super Bowl. We are going to take a look at their squad now. Wow, that is a redemption story if I ever saw one. Jalen Hurts is their QB. He's a superstar at age 26, looking slick in the Atlanta Falcons uniform, actually. 87 overall. Did very well for himself. Obviously, Marcus Mariota is still there. Desmond Ridder, 25, 75 overall. There we go. All right, that is a turn of events. Tony Pollard with the Falcons, Tyler Allgeier and Javian Hawkins. Very good running core. Michael Burton is the fullback. Drake London, 95 overall at age 23 and a superstar. Wow. All right, Anthony Schwartz behind him. Robbie Anderson, Quintus Cephas, Parker Washington, Jonathan Lovelock. What a name. Kyle Pitt, superstar X Factor, 23 years old, 99 overall. Isaiah Likely behind him. Jonathan Reese. Left tackle, Jake Matthews, solid choice. Osiris Torrance, also at left guard, also a solid choice. Center, Tyler Biadasz, solid choice. Right guard, Kevin Zeitler, bit old, still solid choice. I would have gone with John O'Neill, who's 21 and has a 79 overall rating already. He will be improving quite quickly. Chume Edoga, right tackle, yeah, decent. Marlon Davidson, decent left edge. Jeffrey Simmons, wow. I almost went for him. I wanted to sign him in free agency, but he was too expensive, so I didn't go for him. What a giant player, Jesus Christ. D-tackle, Derek Brown, Forrest Wilburn, also very good. Arnold Ibikitia, left outside linebacker. Deion Jones and Rashawn Evans are the mid linebackers. Right outside, Josh Allen, wow. Another big move. Superstar X Factor here. Number 3 ranked outside linebacker. Let me take a look. Yeah, he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Obviously transferred to Atlanta. Corners, AJ Terrell Jr., Darnay Holmes, Michael Ojemudia. Solid players all round. Let me take a look at Michael Ojemudia. I was just thinking that. Why is he with the Falcons all of a sudden? Didn't he want to re-sign with us? But he was with the Denver Broncos. Weird. All right. Free safety, Tracy Walker III. Deshaun Elliott. Strong safety, kicker, Younghoe Koo. Cameron Johnston is the punter. Regarding Michael Ojemudia, I'm sure that when you watch the fully cut episode, you are going to say, well, you did this and that with him. So maybe I should know what I did with him. But this is, yeah. If I traded him, that's on me. Otherwise, weird things are happening here when you sim stuff. Anyhow, we are now going to head into the game. I'm just going to upgrade the players beforehand. Then we will take a look at our squad. If everything is settled in a way that we like it, if we've got all the positions set, if we've got any injuries as well. So let's take a look. Offense looks quite okay. We are missing our starting tight end though, but luckily we have a very deep tight end room and it's very, very balanced. You can see these are 77, 78 and 80. Those are quite good overall. The offensive line is looking solid. What about defense? At defense, we've got Nakobe Dean, CJ Mosley Browning. I think everybody looks to be fit, but I was indeed missing Michael Ojemudia at some point in time. He I don't know what happened. He must have suddenly left the club. Maybe that was a contract extension gone wrong. I don't remember, to be honest. Never mind. We will handle it with this squad here. We are quite a good, solid, balanced team all over. 92 offense, 85 defense. Facing off against the Atlanta Falcons, who are vice versa. 85 offense, 92 defense. This is going to be a super balanced game. I can already tell. I will be playing Here we go. Time for a little animation right there, and that was none other than Russell Wilson, our star quarterback, leading the Denver Broncos into the Super Bowl. Of course, everybody's chasing the Lombardi Trophy, and I really think the presentation has gotten very good. You can see the jerseys with the stitched-on Super Bowl logos and all that. I mean, it's not like EA is doing nothing here. Of course, it could be better. We still have the Gatorade stand. I thought we were past that, but we obviously are not. Here we go. Here come the Falcons, and with those cinematic images, we are gonna start simming the game. All right, here we go. Game is underway. Denver on the board with a field goal. 2 field goals for Denver. First quarter is over. That was a pretty quick quarter. All right, let's see. What's going to happen next? Another field goal, 60. Wow, that was quick. 19-7, 19-10. Third quarter starting with a back and forth between these two teams. I said it was quite balanced, and it really is. It doesn't seem to be too far apart here. 19-7, 26-17. And we will start into the fourth quarter. I will be resetting the speed to normal once more. I like to get the final quarter of the Super Bowl going here with a bit more commentary. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We are now here. Javonta Williams is stopped. Let's see, 2nd and 12, 16-yard reception for Javonta Williams, making good on that loss. Here we go, another 4-yard rush, 2nd and 6, -2 again for DJ Mayberry, 3rd and 8, 12-yard reception. KJ Hamler, who we held on to, really like that. Trey McBride, is that a touchdown right there? We go 34-17. Kickoff. Blake Gillikin, Devon with our spoon goes for the kick return. Jalen Hurts here now on the ball. 4-yard rush by Jalen Hurts. 3rd and 6, 8-yard reception for Tony Pollard. 7-yard rush. Jalen Hurts again. He is doing a lot of rushing. Robbie Anderson, 13-yard reception. Slowly but surely, the Falcons are moving down the field here. Drake London also gets the ball here. Looking pretty nice. Kyle Pitts, another good reception. 1st and goal. Pass drop by Robbie Anderson. And we are at 3rd and goal. Will they be able to convert that? And they go for an extra point. So yeah, it's 34-24 with 1 minute 58 to go on the clock here. Let's see. What will we be able to produce here? 2nd and 13, 3-yard rush by Darrell Henderson Jr. Are we going to be held? No, 1st and 10. Trey McBride gets us across. 1st and 15. That seems to have been a penalty. A kneel by Russell Wilson. 2nd and 16. 3rd and 11. What do we do now? 36-yard touchdown by Jeudy. Jesus. Greg Dulcich gets a penalty here. 41 versus 24. Rodrigo Blanca getting that extra point here. Kickoff again. And 1 minute 20 to be played. 1st and 10, 15-yard reception. Anthony Schwartz here, 1st and 10 again for Atlanta. Nakobe Dean on the block here. Kneel by Russell Wilson, 2nd and 11. Another kneel, 3rd and 12. What are we going to do now? 4th and 13. And I think the game is over. 41 versus 24. And Russell Wilson masterminding the Super Bowl win for the Denver Broncos. In the end, this is why Denver management brought him into the team to win a Super Bowl. This is the reason why he was brought there. Fair scenes here between Russell Wilson and a very, very unexpected Jalen Hurts at the Atlanta Falcons. Here we go. Lombardi Trophy being carried through the players. Very revered feelings right here for everybody. And up on the stage, it's going to be Coach Redius, and next to him, his star QB, Russell Wilson, who's still cradling the thing, but he will be pumping it in a second. And let's go for this. Here we go. What a beautiful screenshot this was. A really very good game. I really like this format. Please let me know what you think, but I think this fourth quarter is quite nice. But you see both quarterbacks were just, it was a back and forth, completion rates both very high. A lot of yards for both. Over 300 yards. Wow, that is a lot. What about the rushing department? Javonta Williams was awesome, 75 yards. Tony Pollard, Jalen Hurts, Tyler Allgeier rushing. Who was the reception leader? Jerry Jeudy with 2 touchdowns. Robbie Anderson with 128 and 1 touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, Courtland, Sutton. Trey McBride got a touchdown as well. Kyle Pitts got a touchdown as well. On the defensive side, tackle leader was Deion Jones. Tackles for loss, Josh Allen, Grady Jarrett, Jeffrey Simmons. What a beastly defense. Baron Browning got a sack, and then it's mostly Atlanta players. What about the interceptions? Andrew Broyles, corner, Nakobe Dean, mid linebacker, and CJ Mosley. We brought him into the squad to do just that, to help us get over the line. Time for a season recap. The 2024 season was very successful for the Denver Broncos, the 9 times AFC champion, winning the Super Bowl versus the Atlanta Falcons. Super Bowl MVP, no surprise there, Russell Wilson. Yearly awards, NFL MVP was Baker Mayfield for the Seahawks. That is surprising. Coach McCarthy for the Cowboys. Offensive player for the Bengals, Tyler Boyd. Defensive player for the Falcons, Josh Allen. Offensive rookie for the Bengals, Justin Bass. And defensive rookie for the Dolphins, Miles Wade. No player from our team in the mix here, but I'm not too bothered about that, to be brutally honest. And it is quite obvious why. The team, as it stands right now, is super solid. We will, of course, be facing some parts that will need some touching up, especially I expect the QB position to be up for grabs in, not next year, but quite quickly. Russell Wilson here, 36 years old, with a 13-year career out of Wisconsin. He's the 14th ranked quarterback, but he did so well. He's just so consistent. And looking at the stats and contracts, his yards that he produced in these 3 years were absolutely awesome. 5,200, 5,100, 5,000 yards. You could argue, well, that went down, didn't it, in production? But then looking at the touchdowns, he's almost at the same level as he was in 2022, but with 5 less interceptions. That is great. And with less sacks than in 2023. So that went down as well. The completion rate went up. That is awesome. The yards per attempt did also go up again in comparison to the previous year. He just had a fantastic year. And he's the reason why we are where we are right now. So no surprise there. Apart from that, all of these players, I put them into the squad. Looking at the age, I wanted to have a squad that will be able to sustain itself over the future, and that will be able to maybe repeat this Super Bowl win here. At some point in time, I'm going to pick up all these quick and dirty rebuilds and just start simming through the seasons to see if we can repeat it or if it was a one-off. But I think this team is very well set because we have Russell Wilson, who will be fit another year, might go down to superstar, but he's still going to be great. We've got a backup QB who will be developing into our starting QB at some point in time. The halfback room is super balanced, and we can go like this for another 2 or 3 years without losing any quality, maybe even going up. The fullbacks, yeah, well, maybe, but he's not that important. In the wide receiving core, we've got a starting wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy, who's fantastic. Courtland Sutton might be going down, so I would be replacing him or just trading him away. KJ Hamler will be moving up to wide receiver 2. We've got Wan'Dale Robinson, who will be improving over time. Montreal Washington. Adrian Wilkins, really more byproduct, but these are all preparing to really move up there. And with Jerry Jeudy, we've got a wide receiver number 1 that's going to be fit for the next 4 years. Tight end is injured at the moment, but that is no problem whatsoever. We have Trey McBride, who can fill that gap. He's 81 and 2 years younger. Greg Dulcich, fantastic. Jake Ferguson, super balanced tight end room. All of these guys are big lads, and they will be able to really push us forward in this department. Left tackle, 26 is the older player. We've got a backup, 24 years old. We are set for the next 4 years. Elgton Jenkins might will have to be replaced or traded away for a draft pick or whatever. Netane Muti is the future left guard right there. and we might use Elgton Jenkins for one more year or so, and then Netanyahu will be in the 80s and able to step up. Center is Lloyd Cushenberry. He will be usable for another 4 years. Luke Wattenberg is a serviceable backup. Quinn Meinerz, same thing, 4 or 5 years is going to be possible at the same level or even going up in production and in quality. Right tackle, same thing, 3, 4, or 5 years. Elijah Walker behind him will be the future player. Left edge Dre'Mont Jones, as soon as he hits 30, we will have Lamar Chapman fully developed to the, I don't know, mid 80s or even high 80s, and then we will have him as a replacement. Mike Crothers is also in the mix here. Right edge, same picture. Jonathan Greenard, current starter, next 2 years, he will be set. McTelvin Agim can then slot in there after him, and Sam Williams is also in the mix, 2 years younger than Greenard. And then we will be looking for backup players. Ed Oliver, 3 years still to play without any fear of regression. We've got Uiagalalei, there we go. He is the backup here. And then we've got Michael Selby for the future. He's 23 now. He will be pushing into the 80s once he hits 25. So that will be that. Left outside linebacking position, Bradley Chubb. At some point in time in the next year, I might replace him. We've got Dexter Walton, who's not quite there yet. This is a position where we might really need to adapt a little bit more. Mid linebackers, Nakobe Dean, of course, my starter. He will be playing there for the next 6 years. Jonas Griffith, I don't think that he will be with us much longer. Same thing goes for CJ Mosley, who has already regressed quite a bit here. Joe McLeod is a player for the future. We might even slot him in next to Nakobe Dean. Then we've got Greg Ward, who is the backup, and we can draft players because we have quite a few draft picks that we can use here. Barrow Browning, 80 overall, 26. He will only improve over time. That is okay for the future. Ellerson Smith, he will be cut. Then we've got Kenan Virgil. He's the future prospect right there. We'll just have to see what his development looks like. We have the corner situation, 5 more years for Patrick Surtain at the same level or higher. Same goes for Andrew Broyles, who I really liked. And then we have such depth here. We have 2 more players that we can instantly slot into the corner positions. We've got Damon Cox and Greg Dawson as the future products. Kyle Hamilton, that free safety. Again, same thing, next 5 years, 6 years, he is settled at that position. Ashton Davis, serviceable backup. And if he gets too old, we could always put Delarian Turner Yell in there. He's a future starter who can help us at some point in time. Jordan Whitehead, again, 2 to 3 years are solid. Then it's going to be flipping over to Anton Gates. With the star def trait, he should be developing quite quickly and hitting mid 80s in his 25 at age 25. The kicker, well, yeah, there is no real problem, and the same goes for the punter. So we have a squad that is really set for the future, and that is important to me. I want to use players that we started with, and then of course I also want to prepare the team for the future so that we don't have a drop-off looming at the horizon. I'm going to cut the episode here. I really enjoy this rebuild with the Denver Broncos. Not a team that I would usually go for because they have a lot of building blocks that are already there. I usually go for really bad teams, but I already covered most of these in Madden 22, such as the Texans and the Seahawks and so on and so forth. So a lot of bad teams. You can look that up because I used most of the current rosters with a roster file that I loaded in there. I really enjoyed doing this rebuild, getting here, getting the Super Bowl for Russell Wilson. If you enjoyed it as well, please drop me a like and subscribe to the channel. That means a lot to me. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.